former Texas Gov. Rick Perry launched his bid for the 2016 Republican presidential nomination in Dallas Thursday. Thank you. I was born 5 years after the end of a global war that killed more than 60 million people. I am the son of a veteran of that war, who flew 35 missions over war-torn Europe as a tail gunner on a B-17. When Dad returned home, he married Mom, and they started a life together. They were tenant farmers. They were raised during a time of great hardship, and had little expectation beyond living in peace, putting a roof over our heads and putting food on our table. Home was a place called Paint Creek. Too small to be called a town, but it was the center of my universe. For years, we had an outhouse, and Mom bathed us in a number 2 wash tub on the back porch. She also hand-sewed my clothes until I went off to college. I attended Paint Creek Rural School, grades 1 through 12. I played 6-man football. I was a member of Boy Scout Troop 48, became an Eagle Scout, and went off to Texas A&M, where I was a member of the Corps of Cadets and an animal science major. I was proud to wear the uniform of our country as an Air Force officer and aircraft commander. After serving, I returned home to the rolling plains and big skies of West Texas, and I returned to farming. There is no person on earth more optimistic than a dryland cotton farmer. We always know a good rain is just around the corner, no matter how long we'd been waiting. The values learned on my family's cotton farm are timeless: the dignity of work, the integrity of your word, responsibility to community, the unbreakable bonds of family, and duty to country. These are enduring values. Not the product of some idyllic past, but a touchstone of American life in our small towns, our largest cities, our booming suburbs. I have seen American life from the red dirt of a West Texas cotton field, from a campus in College Station, from the elevated view of a C-130 cockpit, and from the governor's office of the Texas Capitol. I served a small rural community in the Texas legislature, and I led the world's 12th largest economy. I know that America has experienced great change, but what it means to be an American has never changed. We are the only nation in the world founded on the power of an idea that all are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our rights come from God, not from government, and our people are not the subjects of government, but instead government is subject to the people. It has always been the case that there has been a social compact between one generation of Americans and the next, to pass along an inheritance of a stronger country, full of greater promise and possibility. And that social compact has been protected at great sacrifice. This was never more clear to me than when I took my father to the American cemetery that overlooks the bluffs at Omaha Beach. On that peaceful, wind-swept setting, there lie 9,000 graves, including 45 pairs of brothers, 33 of whom are buried side by side, a father and a son, 2 sons of a president. They all traded their future for ours in a final act of loving sacrifice. In that American cemetery, it is no accident each headstone faces west over the Atlantic, towards the nation they defended, the nation they loved, the nation they would never come home to. It struck me as I stood in the midst of those heroes that they look upon us in silent judgment, and that we must ask ourselves, are we worthy of their sacrifice? The truth is, we are at the end of an era of failed leadership. We have been led by a divider who has sliced and diced the electorate, pitting American against an American for political purposes. 6 years into the so-called recovery, and our economy is barely growing. This winter, it actually got smaller. Our economic slowdown is not inevitable. It is the direct result of bad economic policy. The president's tax and regulatory policies have slammed shut the door of opportunity for the average American trying to climb the economic ladder, resigning the middle class to stagnant wages, personal debt, and deferred dreams. Weakness at home has led to weakness abroad. The world has descended into a chaos of this president's own making, while his White House loyalists construct an alternative universe where ISIS is contained and Ramadi is merely a setback, where the nature of the enemy can't be acknowledged for fear of causing offense, where the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, the Islamic Republic of Iran, can be trusted to live up to a nuclear agreement. No decision has done more harm than the president's withdrawal of American troops from Iraq. Let no one be mistaken. Leaders of both parties have made grave mistakes in Iraq. But in January 2009, when Barack Obama became commander-in-chief, Iraq had been largely pacified. America had won the war. But our president failed to secure the peace. How callous it seems now, as cities once secured with American blood are now being taken by America's enemies, all because of a campaign slogan.